The Powerball drawing is next. Then stay tuned for Channel 5 Eyewitness News at 10.
Jewish communities here in the metro react to the fighting over in the Middle East. I'm Carrie Netherton. That story straight ahead.
NSYNC is back in Iowa, and we were there. I'm Lindsay Clutter. An inside look coming up.
And we'll tell you why some people are upset over some restructuring plans in the Des Moines School District.
Now live from Des Moines, this is Channel 5 Eyewitness News at 10.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Terry Sater.
And I'm Lisa Carpinelli. It's being called the Passover Massacre tonight, and it's leading to an emotional response around the world and here in the metro. You'll hear reaction from local Jews and Muslims, and that's tonight's top story. The Islamic militant group Hamas says it's responsible for the deadly suicide bombings today in northern Israel, killing 19 people. Authorities say a bomber burst into a hotel dining room and blew himself up just as an Israeli group was sitting down to a meal celebrating the Passover holiday. More than 120 people were injured. The Jewish and Muslim communities in the metro are keeping a close eye on the latest problems in the Middle East. Channel 5 Eyewitness News reporter Carrie Netherton joins us with the story. Carrie.
Lisa, tonight Jewish families gather for private dinners to celebrate Passover. But the holiday will be different, and it's affecting both the Jewish and Muslim communities in the metro.
It's an important holiday for the Jewish people. Passover marks the birth of the Jews as a free people. But this year, Rabbi Yossi Jacobson says many will discuss the problems in the Middle East.
It's nothing new that someone tries to hurt us. It does refreshen our hurt and open up wounds when it happens during the Seder night.
Mark Finkelstein says the suicide bomber's attack is a means to derail the peace talks. But he says the Jewish tradition will give them strength during these times.
To stretch out our arms and hearts to our friends and relatives in Israel who are suffering at the present time.
The bombings are also affecting the Muslim community in Des Moines. Mohammed Shams has little hope of peace if the fighting continues.
I like to see happen that Israeli give the rights to the Palestinian and the Palestinian consider the Jewish as part of them. 50-50.
The Muslim community says educating people in the metro about their religion while dealing with a crisis in another part of the world is difficult. Muslim Akayo Abdul Samad plans to celebrate Passover on Thursday.
I think we have to learn each other, and be able to work with each other so that we can actually, hopefully, bring a resolution that we can even submit.
Both the Muslim and Jewish communities in the metro say they have a respect for each other. Both groups say they plan on praying often during these times. Lisa?
Thank you, Carrie.
Americans traveling in Italy are being told they could be the targets of terrorists this weekend. That leads our look at the latest in the war on terrorism. Italian officials say security will be beefed up at airports, train stations, and ports. The State Department says a possible threat exists on Easter Sunday in the cities of Venice, Florence, Milan, and Verona. And in South Carolina today, President George W. Bush told a group of paramedics, police officers, and firefighters that he wants $3.5 billion to go to law enforcement officers and emergency workers. The cash would be used to better prepare them to respond to terrorist incidents here in the states. There's a child pornography investigation underway on the Iowa State campus, and police have taken computers, discs, and DVDs from a student. Authorities say they think the student owned and accessed illegal pornography from his dorm room at Welch Residence Hall. Iowa State can monitor student internet traffic if they suspect illegal activity. We asked students for their reaction.
Be careful what you put on there, because I think they definitely have the right to check their own hardware, their own computer.
Then where do our civil liberties, where are our civil rights? So I don't know, it's a really hard question.
The university says they get only 1 or 2 requests a year to check into student internet sites. Channel 5 Eyewitness News is listening to you on this issue. We want to know what you think. Should state schools be allowed to monitor your student internet activity? Log on to our website at WOI-TV.com and let us know what you think. We'll have results for you later in this newscast.
Some folks from the Hispanic community say they're upset over a full-time minority coordinator being turned into 3 part-time positions. The community had a chance to address the Des Moines School Board tonight about the proposed budget cuts for the next fiscal year. One of the ways board members want to save money is to lower the heat 2 degrees in the winter and raise it 2 degrees in the summer. That could save almost $180,000. The school board has until April 15th to adopt the proposed budget. One of the hottest pop bands around took to the stage in Ames tonight. The band In Sync entertained thousands of fans at Hilton Coliseum. Channel 5 Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Clutter is live in Ames with the story. Lindsay, how was the concert?
Well, Lisa, it was pretty crazy in there. A lot of excited fans. It's still going on right now. It might seem kind of quiet out here now, but the craziness is going on in there, and it's that same craziness that started earlier today. Fans couldn't wait to get inside for In Sync.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
And while crews worked all day getting things ready,
This is big. For indoors, this is huge.
fans were already outside letting the fun begin. These In Sync wannabes from Des Moines travel to shows all over the Midwest to warm up the crowd.
Hey, when the crowd's worked up, it makes the concert twice as good.
This concert was made for the fans. No frills, just the boys dancing and singing and interacting with the crowd.
They have really great voices. It's just not about the looks, it's their voices.
We respect them. The music and their dancing is with talent in order to do what they do.
He also says they're good role models. Good enough for some parents to let their kids out on a school night.
No, we're going to let them stay home.
And maybe it's worth it. After all, they say this show is about the fans.
Like brothers with JC for years. We were roommates in Florida and traveled together before on tour with the Mickey Mouse Club. And they love being on the road and performing for the fans that have supported their career.
Lisa, we had a lot of fun out here today. We mentioned at 5 o'clock that there were still some tickets available, and as the evening went on, they did end up selling out this concert. It was a pretty good night.
Lindsay, I guess I should say bye for now. Thanks a lot.
For those fans who had to stand outside waiting for the concert to start, it was a pretty nice night. Brad is here with a look at the quick cast. Hey, Brad.
Hi there, Terry. Looking good today, and tomorrow maybe just as nice, maybe even better. Let's talk about today first off. Lows starting off in the 20s in most areas, but look how it warmed up. We got near 60 in Ames and Des Moines. Did hit 60, 61 in Fort Dodge there, and the warm spot 64 in Council Bluffs. We'll probably be just as mild tomorrow. Looking at temperatures in the 40s tonight, a low near 40. A slight chance of showers. The shower chances are very skimpy right now, but looks like a good chance of warming up tomorrow afternoon with a high near 60. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast right into your Easter weekend coming up.
Warmer sounds great. Thanks, Brad. Well, it's said that silence can be golden, but a